Hey, my name's Oliver. I'm back with another House of the Dragon reaction. I messed up. All right, I made a little bit of a mistake. Um, I watched episode 4 when I hadn't seen episode 3. So I watched and reacted to episode 4, which was a little bit confusing, and I didn't watch episode 3. I don't know how that happened. I don't know why I did it. I'm gonna blame HBO maybe, but it's my own fault. So, episode 4 is edited and is coming out soon. What I'm gonna do is react to episode 3 right now, which for me and you guys I know is a little bit confusing, and I do apologize, but here's the issue. If you want to watch episode 4 first, um, because it is the order in which I watched the show, then definitely go ahead. If you want to watch this one, also go ahead. If you've already watched episode 4 and you were like, where was episode 3? Here it is. If you're watching this and want to click off and watch episode 4, you can. But if you notice in episode 4, I say stuff like, I wish I'm a little bit confused by this, or, why is this happening, and when this other thing didn't happen yet, it's because I didn't watch episode 3. And if you're watching this with me right now, and I say stuff like, oh yeah, this explains a lot, then that should probably make sense too. um, and when I'm doing this intro, I can't talk about episode 4, which I just watched, which was crazy. Episode 4 was wild. I just have to go to episode 3. Now, episode 2 was The Rogue Prince. And that was the one where Rhaenyra's kind of was Rhaenyra was kind of she was trying to talk at the small council, and her father was sort of putting her down. She went off to Dragonstone to get back that dragon egg and was pretty badass, but defied his orders. He got angry at her. He was talking about marrying Valerian's daughter, who was very, very young, but he ended up going with Alicent, which was freaking awesome. And when I was watching episode 4, I was like, man, the last thing I saw was him picking Alicent. Like, why isn't that a bigger story? There's this big time jump. I was like, it kind of just throws you right in. But I'm guessing in episode 3, I'm gonna get more of an explanation. I'm gonna see what happens right after he picks Alicent. What happens with them. And then the other thing was in episode 4, it was like Damon had already taken the stepstones and done all that stuff, and he came back with that crown. And it's like, I'm guessing in episode 3 he's actually going to go to the stepstones and fight and do stuff. Now, it was episode 4 was 4 years after episode 2, so I'm wondering if episode 3 is going to be right after episode 2, or if it's going to be 2 or 3 years down the line, or 4 years down the line, or I'm looking forward to that. And then I'm really looking forward to episode 5. I really wanted to watch episode 5 today. And then I realized that I had watched episode 4 without watching episode 3, because I thought episode 5 was episode 4, and I just got a little bit confused. Thanks for being here. Like and subscribe. Pretty please. Pretty please. Please. I'm going to be doing these House of the Dragon reactions. I've been posting them every 5 days. I'm going to keep up with that. Me and my girlfriend are watching Marvel movies from the fourth. We've watched Eternals and Shinji and the Legend of the Ten Rings. We're going to continue from that point. That's the point where we're at. We're also going to be watching Stranger Things, The Boys, and various other movies and things like that. If Eternals is not out by the time you see this, it'll be out very, very soon. And then Shinji should be soon after that. I'd like to post 1 or 2 House of the Dragon reactions a week and 1 or 2 reactions with her. If you haven't seen her, you guys are gonna like her a lot. She's pretty cool and pretty hot. Gotta get psyched up. Gotta get ready to go. Gotta get ready. Gotta get ready for this episode. I gotta get ready. I have to be ready for this episode. I have to be ready for the episode. Get ready for the episode. I'm ready for the episode. I am ready to see what I am going to see. Okay, this episode's gonna be a lot. And it's weird. It's weird that I've already seen the episode after this. It's weird. I don't think I've ever watched a show like this where I watched the episode ahead and now I have to go back and watch an episode before the one that I just watched. I love seeing the dragons.
Yeah, my prince! Save me!
Oh my god. That was funny. That was funny. And I like its shape, long neck, elongated body. It's got a sort of a narrow waist. Damon's wearing armor. He's okay. Come on. Yeah, that is such an interesting body shape for that dragon.
And you have my nose, don't you?
2 years old and already our boy has a kingly presence.
So there was a time jump. There is a time jump. 2 years. Okay. Wow. So they had a baby, and it's a boy. I knew that from the 4th episode.
The Valarian forces have suffered heavy attrition, Your Grace. The seeds of dissent are sown amongst the rank and file. Daemon has driven the men hard. They have begun to question his command. If the crown were ever to intervene,
Thailand.
now is the time.
Daemon and the Sea Snake started their war without his grace's leave. Were he to intervene now, after so long, it would make the crown appear weak.
Can someone tell me where in the 7 hells Rhaenyra might be?
Under the dragon's eye.
That looks comfortable. A personal singer, a book, 5 pillows, a blanket.
Your Grace. Did I say to stop?
Oh. When he said Your Grace, she thought he meant her. But he meant Allison, her best friend, who is now the Grace. Oh, Allison's pregnant again. I didn't realize that from episode 4.
You may go, Samuel.
You are to stay by order of the princess.
The Queen commands you to leave the Godswood at once.
Princess.
Ooh, that stung a little bit. That stung. So Allison suddenly has more power than Rhaenyra? Well, I wouldn't say so. Rhaenyra is a Targaryen. She's the princess. She's the heir to the throne. I would say she has more power than... Well, maybe not.
I fear the gods did not make me for hunting. Might I sit with you, my ladies?
No, of course. Please join us. Larys Strong, the youngest son of our Master of Laws, Lord Lionel.
Interesting. He seems like a bit of a character. We didn't see him in episode 4. I wonder who this guy is. He seems like a... Yeah.
The crown is not at war. The crown is at war, Princess. Though your father refuses to admit it, we've been dragged into it by your uncle and the Sea Snake.
And how have you served the man with late Lady Red Wine, waiting cake?
Well, it's funny because whatever happens to the Valyrian fleet, because they aren't really in Game of Thrones, the Red Wine fleet then becomes the strongest. The Red Wines have control of the Arbor, which is where they make the wine in Game of Thrones. And the Red Wine fleets then kind of become the naval power in Westeros. And the Iron Islands and Stannis has a fleet, and King's Landing has a fleet, but the Red Wines are a big part of it.
Was your own second named heir as grand as this?
Oh, is that a Lannister?
Lord Jason Lannister.
It is a Lannister.
Gathered that from all the lions.
Boo! Boo!
Jason Lannister is an excellent match.
He's arrogant and self-serious.
Well, I thought you might have that in common. I've been slowly drowning in a lake of parchment flung from every corner of the realm. Marriage proposals all. And I have tried, often, to discuss it with you. But you've refused me at every turn.
And she's sort of running away, which is what she just wants to do in general. She just wants to run away. She doesn't want to have these responsibilities. She doesn't want to get married. She doesn't want to... I think she wants to be queen, but I'm not sure if she wants everything that comes along with it.
Was I named heir to the Iron Throne, so that I might only further raise the standing of a Lord of Casterly Rock?
You want me to kill him?
Okay.
You should return to camp, Princess.
So they had some rapport together.
It's a beautiful day. We should take in the Kingswood.
Before I spoke my vows as a knight of the King's Guard, I could have married a common-born girl had I wished.
How lucky you are to have a say in your own life.
Many in the realm would gladly trade positions with you, Princess.
Only because none of them has ever held my position.
The people in power, with riches and wealth, don't want the power. People who are famous don't want to be known by everybody. They want their privacy back. People who don't have anything want to have the power and the money. Everybody wants what each other has. You have to accomplish what you need to accomplish. You have to be who you have to be, and you have to do what you have to do. Those are the rules. You can't spend your life wishing to be somebody else.
You flatter me, Your Grace, but no. It would seem to me the best match for Rhaenyra is the son of the Sea Snake, Sir Lenor.
This guy, I don't hate this guy yet.
Blood with your cousin, the Princess Rhaenys. And he is the heir to the wealthiest house in the realm. Do much to assuage Lord Corlys of any slights, real or imagined.
So we got three options. Laenor Velaryon, Aegon Targaryen, or somebody else that he can find. But he's too drunk to care anyway. God, he's a bit stressed out over nothing, you know what I mean? Like, either decide to go to the Stepstones or don't. I think he's decided not to. Your daughter's young still. She's just going to be like that. She's not going to be exactly who you want her to be. And no amount of drinking is going to make her listen to you. Okay, I'm sorry. That boar's savage with the tusks. The tusks are very sharp. It wouldn't have just stood over her making noises.
I sought that vision again, night after night. But it never came again. I thought Rhaenyra was the way out of my abyss of grief and regret. And naming her heir would begin to set things right.
Oh, it did.
I never imagined I would remarry. And I would have a son. What if I was wrong?
What if Aegon's the king? I needed to hear that little speech. He's having a hard time because he's regretful. He's shameful. He feels shame and regret because he made the decision and he held his wife down to get a son that died anyway. And now he has a son with Alicent. And he's worried that the dream he had and the heir that he needs and the one that's gonna possibly lead them out of the dark, because he's worried about that prophecy too, is actually Aegon. And then all these signs, the White Hart, the naming him Aegon the Conqueror, they're all sort of pointing him towards the decision that he made the wrong choice when he made Rhaenyra the heir. Well, that's
May
not
not be white, nor grace. He's a big lad.
So they didn't find the White Hart. And Otto's a little bit disappointed, and the king's a little bit disappointed too, because they thought that finding the White Hart would be a sign. And I think it would have been. It's interesting that they didn't find it. It is interesting. And then what? They're just gonna tie... What? He's just gonna stab it?
One more time, Your Grace. Put a bit to your left.
Yeah!
I didn't like that. I did not like that. I did not like watching that. Is that the White Hart? Wow. Wow. So it's her. She's meant to be the heir. It's her. It was her who saw the White Hart. It was her. So it should be... She should be the queen. Alright. She's my queen then. She's my queen. That's all I needed.
Did you enjoy the hunt, Your Grace?
Well enough.
How fared my grandson?
The ladies Lannister and Redwine were quite taken with him.
As they should be. He's the future of the realm. You yourself witnessed the scale of the celebration, how it united the men. Aegon, like his namesake, was born to rule the Seven Kingdoms. If Viserys were to name him heir, the realm would fate him for it.
No.
Do you not want your son to be king?
What mother wouldn't?
You mustn't ignore the certain truth that if Rhaenyra were to step over Aegon to ascend the throne, the realm would tear itself apart.
They all swore obeisance to her. Our house among them.
Is that the truth that he wants to believe, or the real truth?
Rhaenyra will be a
That's
good
what
queen.
I wonder.
It wouldn't matter if she were Jaehaerys himself, born again. Rhaenyra is a woman.
What of my son? Would you have me raise a man to steal his own sister's birthright?
He's the firstborn son of the king. To deny that he is heir to the throne is to assail the laws of gods and men. The road ahead is uncertain, but the end is clear. Aegon will be king.
The road ahead is uncertain. He's planting these seeds in her.
You must guide Viserys towards reason.
He's making her believe that her son should be king.
He'll never find it on his own.
And I don't know if that's the right way to think.
What's this?
A letter from Vaemon Velaryon.
Sea Snake's brother.
He's fighting in the Stepstones.
Lord Corlys and Prince Daemon are losing their war.
Badly, by all accounts.
This is a plea for aid. Then why not send it?
Because it is a war started by two malcontents, unhappy with decisions I made.
Is it better for the realm if the crab feeder thrives? Or is vanquished?
Good. She's pushing him in the right direction.
Prince Daemon yourself.
At once, Your Grace.
She's moved him. She's moved him to make possibly the right decision.
Aid is sailing to the Stepstones.
God.
Did he make call for help?
He would sooner die.
Prince Daemon, I bring word from His Grace Viserys Targaryen.
His brother's coming to fight. Why?
It is instead my hope that this aid will deliver the victory that has thus far evaded us. I shall pray nightly to the gods for your safe return.
That made him angry because he wants to do it on his own? There's the crab feeder. Dark sister. He's been burned.
No.
Arrows are on him. The crab feeder doesn't have pride. He's staying back in the caves.
Draw.
those arrows. How are they still missing him? I don't know how Kristen Cole beat him in single combat. He is... Ooh. He's hit. They're all out. They're all out. He did it. He got them all out of the caves. He did it. This is badass. This is badass. And Damon got the crab feeder, huh? Cut him in half. He did it. He did it. Damon's a badass. Oh my god. He just went in, single-handedly killed dozens of people, drew the whole army out, and then went in and got that crab feeder. Yeah, he did. He got him. Wow. Damon's coming up for me, man. Damon's a good character. He's a badass. Gotta give it to him. That was good. That was good. That was good. That's what we want from Game of Thrones. That's what we want from House of the Dragon. It has to be exciting and interesting, and there has to be stakes, and there has to be people that we care about, and characters that we can talk about and think about, and that's what it was. Again, Game of Thrones, HBO did it again. That was a great episode. Episode 4 was also a great episode. I'll probably watch another reaction to it just to fresh up on episode 4. I like RTTV reacts. I like them. I also like the normies. I'll watch one of those too. There's a couple others that I like. Spartan and Pudgy have a good channel. They were sort of the ones who kind of gave me the idea for me and my girlfriend doing it and me doing it. I also really like Don't Trust Ash and his girlfriend Don't Trust Hannah. I'm guessing she'll do House of the Dragon once she's done Game of Thrones. I know that's what she's been watching. I've been watching all those episodes. So yeah, I'll watch a reaction to episode 4 just to refresh it, and then I'll be on to episode 5 soon enough. People have been talking to me about season 2 and saying it's even better than this, and that's what I'm really looking forward to. And they're saying episode 4 of season 2 is the big one. People were saying they were crying. People were saying they really had a strong reaction to it. So couple more weeks I'll be there. A couple more weeks, however long it takes, I'll be right there. This episode was good. Again, Rhaenyra seeing that white heart really cements to me the idea that she will be the heir, that she will be the queen. I don't think they would have put that in there if she wasn't going to be. Either way, I'm supporting her. You know, if there's a bit of an issue between her and Alicent or her and Aegon, which is something that I see brewing, I'm taking Rhaenyra's side. It's her for me. She's the girl. And then I don't know, I feel a little bit worse for the king. He's having a hard time. I said after episode 1 that I would never like him. I said after episode 1 I would never support him for that decision that he made about his wife and killing her to save the baby. I did get a comment on that video that said she was going to die anyway. The childbirth was so bad that you know, her life was so much so at risk that even without cutting the kid out, she probably would have died, and then the kid would have died too. So that kind of made it a little bit more clear to me that maybe he wasn't making the decision between her life and the kid's life. He was making more of a decision between the kid's life or no life. That and him talking about how guilty he is and how much shame he feels does make me feel a tiny bit better. I still don't like him very much. Daemon is growing on me. I'm liking him more and more every episode, and that battle was awesome. That was just a random episode 3 battle that was fun, different, enjoyable. seeing those dragons really do full damage is awesome. And thinking about having multiple dragons and seeing multiple dragons, or even maybe dragons fighting each other, which is something we saw in Game of Thrones when the White Walker turned one of the dragons. But I'm looking forward to it. I love the design of the dragons, how they look different. Daenerys' 3 dragons look very similar. Drogon was bigger, but that was really the only difference. They were very thick. They were very built in the hindquarters. They were big and muscular. These dragons, especially Daemon's dragon, have a very different look, which was smart. I like that. I don't want all the dragons to look similar. I want them to have different breeds and to look different and to be different. And Daemon's one specifically, I forget her name. I think it's not Sunfire. You guys can let me know. I really like that design. And leave comments about what you're thinking. I'd love to talk to you guys. That comment I got in the first video was really, really helpful. And you know, I don't get a whole lot of comments. So obviously I'll see them and read them. Now, don't take that as an excuse not to comment. If there's something that you know about the show or something that I missed or something that you just want to talk about, please write it down below. Leave a like. Subscribe. Right now I have 1 subscriber. It's my girlfriend. So I'd love to have a couple of subscribers. I'm going to keep doing these videos. I'm going to keep making reactions. My girlfriend's going to keep making reactions, and we will grow this channel. There's no doubt about it. I'm going to get better at editing. I'm going to get better at every element of this process, and you guys who join in first will be remembered. You will be remembered, and you will be appreciated. It's something that means a lot to me. So, thanks for watching, guys. Once again, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you're enjoying these reactions. I can't wait till the next one. See you guys then.